Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3.
Okay, turn them on.
Welcome into Germantown Super Site, the site of tonight's matchup between the Imhotep Panthers and the Martin Luther King Cougars. Chris Markowitz here for the Sports Fanbase Network. This the first spring football game for Imhotep this 2021 season, playing host to a 1-2 Martin Luther King squad. Martin Luther King started the year with a victory over Frankfurt, 32-21 in their season opener, but they come into this game on a 2-game losing streak after losses against Northeast and Bartram. The Panthers dressed in their home black jerseys. Martin Luther King dressed in their road white with purple pants and yellow helmets. And this is a deep Imhotep roster. We saw them a few days ago in an inner squad. It was Team Tep versus Team Panther on the Sports Fanbase Network. Getting loose and getting ready for today's game. Martin Luther King will kick off right to left on your screen. Imhotep will receive to start. Shafiq Smith and Deshaun Seals are back deep to return the kick. Nassim Moody will send it deep for the Cougars. The lights are on. It's 7 o'clock, the scheduled time for kickoff. We're ready here at Germantown Super Site, and we are underway. Spring football for Imhotep as the kick is hauled in by Cameron Jackson. Jackson with the hole up the middle, across the 50, and taken down a yard past midfield. Solid field position to start the 2021 spring campaign for Imhotep as they begin their first drive in Martin Luther King territory. Actually, no, the officials mark Imhotep at precisely the 50-yard line. Timothy LeSmith starts the game under center for the Panthers. Will Robinson in the backfield. Robinson with a hole to the right, bounces that way. Robinson with a first down and more, taken down at the 37. Tackle made by Tyron Bryan, but not before Robinson picks up a healthy chunk of yards. Give him 13, and Imhotep has the ball on the Martin Luther King 37. Shotgun set on second down. LeSmith on a draw. Robinson with another hole, runs right and has a solid carry on the play, close to the first down marker, and they will move the chains. So Robinson with 23 yards on his first 2 carries. The ground attack off to a hot start here. The right side of the offensive line opening up a couple holes early on for Imhotep as they march into Martin Luther King territory. 1st and 10 from the Cougars' 27. And a whistle here. The play is dead. False start on Imhotep. This will cost them 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 for LeSmith and the Imhotep offense. The ground attack has looked solid early on here. Let's see if they go to the air facing a 1st and 15 or opt to just keep pounding the ball up the middle. LeSmith in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left. And this is a handoff left to Robinson. He bounces outside, scampers across the 30, and is taken down by 2 white jerseys. The first man to get to him was Caleb Harris. But another healthy gain on the ground for Robinson. Got about 8 yards on the carry. This will be 2nd down and 7. So Robinson with an unofficial 31 yards on 3 carries to start here. 10 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. Opening drive for Imhotep. LeSmith in the gun, Robinson behind him. And Robinson on another carry, big hole, goes through it, and has another first down. Will Robinson off to a hot start here tonight. He's cooking up a 5-course meal as Imhotep marches closer and closer to the goal line. 1st and 10 for Imhotep on Martin Luther King's 14. Robinson up the gut. A penalty flag flies. He's in the end zone, but this looks like it's coming back. And this is going to be a hold on the Panthers. So it negates a 14-yard touchdown scamper for Robinson. And he goes to the sideline. LeSmith on the sideline getting the calls from the coaching staff before he heads back out into the huddle. The ball spotted on the 15. So it'll be 1st and 11. The hold occurred 10 yards upfield. So relatively minimal loss for Imhotep, but it wipes a touchdown off the board.
Clock is off.
Cameron Jackson in the backfield. And this is a fake handoff to Jackson. Up the middle goes LeSmith, and he's taken down after an 8-yard scamper. So it was a fake handoff to Jackson, and then LeSmith kept it. A hole opened up, and he picked up 8 yards on the play.
Still keeping the time.
2nd down and 3. Handoff right. And it's a touchdown! Cameron Jackson finds Paydirt, and Imhotep takes a 6-0 lead. The Panthers kept the ball on the ground the entire drive. They go 50 yards in just over 3 minutes and take the early 6-0 advantage. Player is down right now for Martin Luther King, being looked at by the training staff. And looks to be Curtis Brooks. And he's back on his feet, and he makes his way to the sideline under his own power, always a good sign. So Imhotep ahead 6-0, waiting to take the extra point here. This has been a much anticipated spring season for a talented Panther roster. A lot of Division I caliber players here today for Imhotep. Just an embarrassment of riches for the Panthers.
8:57.
The extra point try here now for Davis. McCall Davis, the left-footed kicker. And his kick is good as the Panthers take a 7-0 lead over Martin Luther King High School. So the ideal start to the campaign for Imhotep. And they will send the football away left to right on your screen. Back deep to return here for Martin Luther King is Samaj Buxton, along with Isaiah Rogers. So a dominant first drive for Imhotep, who kept the ball on the ground on all 7 plays from scrimmage, went 50 yards and scored in just over 3 minutes of action. Keon Wiley will send the ball deep for Imhotep, left to right. Line drive kick. Rogers with a hole. Rogers taken down 2 yards shy of the 40. And that is where the Cougars' first drive will begin. And onto the field for Martin Luther King is the offense led by Lemire Kitchens. Kitchens, the 5'9" senior captain. Martin Luther King breaks the huddle. Andre Staley lines up at the halfback position. Kamani O'Reilly at fullback, 2 receivers to the left side of the line. Staley with nowhere to go, thrown back to the turf by a sea of black jerseys. A couple players got in there on the tackle, including Maurice Beverly, the 6-foot junior linebacker. Came in on the run blitz.
Sorry, my thing was up.
So no gain on the play. Make it 2nd down and 10. No, actually 1 yard pickup.
With the 2, and then the 2 corners, the 2 safeties. One time we got.
It'll be 2nd and 9. Martin Luther King has to get to their own 49 for a first down here.
And then the 2 boys walking up outside.
Kitchens in a shotgun set, 2 receivers to his right. Staley behind him. High snap. Staley. Short gain. Staley got about 2 yards on the play, so this will be a 3rd and 7 coming up for Martin Luther King.
3rd and 6, and we're staying 20 right now. We're staying 20.
Kitchens on the sideline getting the call from his coaching staff. We'll see what Malik Jones and the Cougars want to run here, facing a 3rd and long against a talented Imhotep defense. The Panthers cause a lot of turnovers over the years, and this is a team that is loaded with Division I talent. Shotgun set on 3rd down. 2 receivers to the right side of the line for Kitchens. Kitchens rolls out right. Looks to throw. Deep down the sideline, it's incomplete. Pass intended for Isaiah Rogers, but Jameer Reyes ran step for step with him on the corner route. And Imhotep forces a 3 and out on Martin Luther King's opening drive.
25 yards going against the wind.
Good defense there by the Panthers. As Martin Luther King put it on the ground on the first 2 plays, Imhotep was able to negate the ground attack, limit the damage to just 3 yards, and force a passing situation on 3rd down to come away with a stop. Martin Luther King in a punt formation to send it away. High snap to Reed. And this is a short kick as it lands on the 45 of Imhotep and is downed right there by Shine Roberts. So excellent field position on back-to-back drives for Imhotep. They started the game at the 50-yard line. On their first drive, it took them just 7 plays and 3 minutes and 3 seconds to score. Let's see what the Panthers do here on drive number 2. Timothy LeSmith back out onto the field to lead his team out of the huddle. Haven't seen LeSmith go to the air just yet. Hasn't had to. The ground attack has been solid. Offensive line has been opening up holes. Robinson in the backfield. This is a handoff to Seals, who is taken down for a loss. Seals brought to the turf by Caron Ballard for a loss on 1st down. Ballard, the 6'1" defensive back and a captain for the Cougars, came in on a blitz. This will be a 2nd down and about 12. 6:14 to play here in the first quarter with Imhotep ahead 7-0. LeSmith sends Taji Wright in motion, and now we have a flag as a false start here against Imhotep. Motion up front. And that fires up the Martin Luther King bench, as Imhotep will be facing a 2nd and 17 here. LeSmith with 3 receivers to the left side of the line. Makai Mayo, the lone man on the right, now motion that way. Taji Wright on that side. This is a handoff. Robinson on the delay, has a big hole, and is taken down just shy of the 50. Will Robinson continues to pick up healthy chunks of yards, as this will be a 3rd and 6, so give him 11 more on the ground. The ball is on the Imhotep 49. They have to get to the Cougars 45 to pick up the first down. LeSmith going to throw. Close sideline complete. First down and more for Mayo as he's taken down by a trio of white jerseys. Tyron Bryan wraps him up and brings him to the turf, but not before Imhotep picks up another first down. So the Panthers moving here on their second drive into Martin Luther King territory now. Ball on the Cougars' 38-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. A 7-0 lead for Imhotep. LeSmith in a shotgun. And this is a handoff for Robinson. He goes left, cuts through a tackle, and dives forward for another first down. Robinson really doing some solid work here tonight for Tep. And every time he's been handed the ball, he has picked up at least 10 yards. A tough man to stop today, Will Robinson, the junior running back, putting on a show. His offensive line opening up the holes, and he's going through them. On 1st and 10, another handoff for Robinson. And he bounces out right. Not much room to run. He still turns it into about a 7-yard gain.
Okay. All right. He's got to fight back over there.
And now a timeout on the field with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on the Sports Fanbase Network. Welcome back into Germantown Supersite. Imhotep on the drive here, already with a 7-0 lead, 4:18 to play in the first quarter, and it's a 2nd and 2 for the Panthers. Ball on the Martin Luther King 21. Off some motion, this is a handoff for Robinson. He goes up the gut. Still going, Robinson into goal line territory as Imhotep will have a 1st and goal coming up. Will Robinson, the workhorse tonight for the Panthers, and they are in scoring range now. LeSmith again to Robinson, but a flag before the play. And this is going to be a penalty on Martin Luther King as they had 12 men on the field. So the Panthers will have the ball moved even closer to the end zone. 1st and goal from about the Martin Luther King 6. 4 minutes and 7 seconds remain here in the first quarter unofficially. So on 1st and goal, Robinson remains in the backfield at the halfback spot. Jasir Whittington in at fullback. And now the ball spotted a few yards further up on the 3. I formation, Robinson towards the goal line. And they mark him about a half-yard shy. And it looks like a unit for Imhotep thought that was a touchdown. Perhaps the special teams unit began running onto the field, but they come back to the sideline. 2nd and goal from the 1. QB keeper, LeSmith. He's in. Timothy LeSmith dives to the end zone and scores the 2nd touchdown of the quarter for Imhotep as they take a 13-0 lead with 3:41 to play in quarter number 1, and will add on here with an extra point try. Davis to take it. He hit his first. And motion up front. We'll see who this is on. And it's going to be encroachment on Martin Luther King. Curtis Brooks came over the line too soon. And him encroaching on the line is what caused movement up front. At least that's what the officials say.
Yeah, it just came back on.
So the ball moved up an extra yard.
Newer battery. It worked. Oh, now it's out again. Just everything came.
Davis
Everything came back on, but then.
kicks no good.
Yeah.
And a player down for Martin Luther King.
Just tell them to keep trying. Hey, my board works here. It's the board.
Looks like we might be doing it again here as there's another penalty on Martin Luther King for encroachment. So Imhotep will have another try at the extra point.
He just shut it up. Yeah, okay, good. That's fine. Thanks, Tom. Enjoy your day.
Davis, wide left.
Thank you.
So the extra point failed, but Imhotep with a 13-0 lead and 3:41 to play here in the first quarter. As that drive for the Panthers went 45 yards and resulted in a touchdown for Timothy LeSmith. Imhotep has been doing it with the ground attack. Haven't had to go to the air much. The only pass of the game was complete by Timothy LeSmith. He found his man Makai Mayo on the sideline on a 3rd down and 7 early on that drive to keep it alive near midfield. And then the ground attack took over from there. Imhotep to send this away on a kickoff for the 2nd time tonight, left to right on your screen. We're about 2/3 of the way through the first quarter. And we're looking for the football right now.
All right, bet.
Happy to have you with us here on a nice Thursday night. It's a little cooler than it's been in the last couple of days, but can't complain. No snow, no rain. Sun has been out for most of the day. Wiley will send this away for Imhotep. The Panthers in control of this ball game, up 2 possessions with 3:41 to play in the first quarter. Wiley with a line drive, and this will take a hop towards the end zone for a touchback. So a strong kick for Wiley. Martin Luther King will set up and start their drive deep in their own territory as the Cougars come out on their own 20. Imhotep was able to force a 3-and-out on Martin Luther King's opening drive. So we'll see if the Cougars have an answer here as Kitchen leads the offense back out onto the field for the second time tonight. Kitchen's wearing a yellow long sleeve shirt in the shotgun spot here on first down. Staley in the backfield behind him. Staley runs right and can't find a hole, taken down in the backfield. First man to get to him was Kamar Green, the 5'11 senior linebacker. So a loss of about 1 there. Oh no, they marked the ball right at 20, so no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. As Martin Luther King breaks the huddle here. Two receivers, 2 Kitchens left. Isaiah Rogers in the slot. Ballard spread out wide towards the sideline. Movement up front. And we'll see if it's encroachment or... No, it's a false start. And it was the big man, the left tackle, Ramir Gray, who went early. Gray, a 6'1 sophomore, listed at 305 pounds. As Gray stumbled forward there for the false start. This will be a 2nd and 15 now for Martin Luther King. 2:48 to play here in the first quarter. Imhotep had 13-0 thanks to rushing touchdowns by Will Robinson and Timothy LeSmith. In correction, Cameron Jackson scored the first rushing touchdown of the game. As a timeout taken here. 2:48 to play in the first quarter. Imhotep ahead by 13. We'll take a break. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on the Sports Fanbase Network.
They must have had.
Second quarter action here on the Sports Fanbase Network. We apologize for the break we took there. Thought it was a timeout, but our scoreboard right now unofficial as they're having some problems here with the scoreboard at Germantown Super Site. So our apologies. Bear with us here in the first half as we try to get things settled following the clock. This will be the start of the second quarter. Martin Luther King with the ball, trailing 13-0. Facing a 2nd and 5 from their own 15. And I said 2nd and 5, I meant 2nd and 15 from their own 15. Kitchens in the gun. 2 receivers on his right. Staley in the backfield. Hand off to him. Staley runs left and hits a wall. Spun to the ground by a pair of black jerseys. David Johnson, the first man to get to him. Johnson, a 5'11 freshman. And Martin Luther King facing a 3rd down and long here.
10 personnel. 10 personnel. I think so. Wait, no. Okay, yeah, 10 personnel. 3rd and 16.
Martin Luther King went 3 and out on its first drive. Let's see what the Cougars do here on 3rd and long. This is a stout Tep defense.
So look for slant wheel. Or mesh.
In the slot right is Isaiah Rogers. Ballard out wide. And on third down, Kitchens is going to be sacked, thrown to the turf. A monstrous tackle in the backfield by Maurice Beverly. And Imhotep forces back-to-back 3-and-outs. Beverly with what looked almost like a body slam in the WWE there on the tackle. And that sends a message. This Imhotep team came to play tonight, as they'll be receiving this punt with Martin Luther King sending it away deep in their own territory. Reed to send it downfield. Seals back deep to return. It's a high snap, and Reed can't haul it in. This is going to be a ball out the back of the end zone. A missed chance there to score a touchdown.
Is this on?
And is this a touchback? No, this is going to be a safety. So Imhotep had a player for a moment land on the football. Would have been a touchdown, but they couldn't fall on it. So the ball goes out the back of the end zone. Still points for the Panthers. So put 2 points on the board. And Martin Luther King will have to send this away on a punt to Imhotep. The lead up to 15 for the Panthers here early in the second quarter. It was very, very close to a touchdown for Imhotep, but they'll take the 2 points. Tough sledding so far for Martin Luther King, who will send the ball away from their own 20. Nothing that Safai Reed could have done on that play, as the snap was over his head. He got his hands on it, but it was a tough ball to haul in. So now Reed will send this away with the ball from the 20. And the Imhotep return team has Smith and Seals back to return the kick. The Panthers will have good field position yet again on this return. Reed with a line drive kick. That's Smith at the 45. Shafiq Smith taken down on a hard tackle at the Cougars 33. And that is where the Imhotep Panther drive will begin. This is the third drive of the night for Imhotep. Their first started on the 50, their second on their own 45, and this one will begin from the Martin Luther King 33. So Imhotep with good field position on all three offensive possessions so far. LeSmith under center to start here. Cameron Jackson in the backfield. Jackson bounces out left, breaks a tackle, lowers the shoulder, and fights forward for every chunk of yards he can manage. Forced out of bounds at the 29, and a flag flies late here, as there was a hit out of bounds. We'll see who the officials have it on. And this is an unsportsmanlike penalty on Martin Luther King High School. So add 15 yards onto the Jackson scamper. Imhotep will set up camp with ball on the Cougars 14. So the Panthers knocking on the door once again here in the second quarter as they lead 15-0. And we'll try to add on this drive. LeSmith to the air, end zone, touchdown! Taji Wright with the score. The first strike through the air for Imhotep this season. And the Panthers take a 21-0 lead. Timothy LeSmith 2 for 2 on the day. That his first touchdown pass of 2021. And Davis back on to try another extra point here. Davis 1 for 2 on extra point tries here today. The freshman lefty from about 20 yards away. And this kick is blocked. And here comes Martin Luther King the other way. The officials whistle the play dead. So a blocked extra point. And the score remains 21-0 Imhotep. Early here in the third quarter. Martin Luther King struggling offensively, and the Cougars with no answers so far for the Imhotep ground attack. Imhotep really came to play tonight. Their defense has forced 2 3-and-outs. The offense has converted on all 3 drives. Martin Luther King High School needs an answer on this possession. In danger of letting this game get away from them. The Cougars got off to a hot start in 2021 with a 32-21 victory over Frankfurt in their season opener, but they were blanketed by Northeast back on March 19th, scoreless a week ago against Bartram. So the last 9 and some change quarters, Martin Luther King hasn't been able to find the end zone. Wiley on a line drive. The kick is hauled in by Rogers. Rogers spins at the 20 and is taken down near his own 25. So Martin Luther King High School onto the field for their third offensive drive of the night.
Unofficial.
And we'll see what they can muster here. Their first 2 drives ended in a 3-and-out.
It's 21 nothing.
We got the clock running.
Kitchens in the backfield under center. The man behind him is Samaj Buxton at the halfback spot. On 1st and 10. Kitchens looks right, throws that way, high for Rogers, nearly intercepted. As Rashawn Wright had a play on the ball, but couldn't get his hands around it. Pass a little bit too high. The intended man was Rogers, who went up the field on a post route or a deep slant. He was open, but the pass sailed on him. Second and 10 here for Martin Luther King. Clock is rolling, 8:30 and counting here in the second quarter. And this is a handoff up the middle for a short gain. Big hit on the play. As St. McLeod, the first man to get to the ball carrier. McLeod committed to play at Pittsburgh next season. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong roster. He's committed to play at West Virginia. His teammate, Javon McIntyre's committed for Pitt. And they make for a heck of a tandem in the defensive backfield. So this will be a 3rd down and long, about 8 yards to go for Martin Luther King.
Max protect, roll out again.
Kitchens in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. High snap. He rolls right. Kitchens with pressure. Throws, and his pass is incomplete. Rogers unable to drag the toe, or that's at least what the official says. So another 3 and out for Martin Luther King. And a long first half continues for the Cougars as they'll look to punt downfield here. Safai Reed on to send it away. Deshaun Seals, the Westchester commit, will be back to return the kick.
He knows he has help inside. There's no reason for him to be beat outside on that. It's a rollout every time, just a max protect. That's all it is.
Short kick, partially deflected. And it's down at the 45-yard line. So Imhotep with another drive that will start in enemy territory. A little over 7 minutes to play here, unofficially in the second quarter. Imhotep with the ball ahead 21-0. Happy to have you with us here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Chris Markowitz on the call on a nice Thursday night here at the Germantown Super Site. LeSmith and the Panthers back out on the field for their fourth drive offensively in the game. A perfect 3 for 3 here today offensively. And on first down, this is a handoff right, and that's going to be a solid carry for Rashawn Wright. Oh, excuse me, the handoff was actually to Stanley McLeod. McLeod, a 5'9" freshman. Second down and 3. I formation for Imhotep. Fake handoff, LeSmith. Deep ball. And that's going to be pass interference as Deshaun Seals was open down the sideline and tackled before he could make a play on the ball by Isaiah Rogers. Rogers was beaten on the play, so he just wrapped up Seals to prevent the touchdown. So obvious pass interference there. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. And Imhotep marching once again on offense. The ball spotted on the Martin Luther King 25 as Imhotep going on the attack once again. LeSmith starting to look confident in the pocket as that was a well-thrown deep ball on play action. He lines up in shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, looks right, throws that way, completes for Seals, who breaks a tackle and scampers forward close to the first down marker, and they will give it to him. That'll move the chains. And Imhotep with a first down, ball on the 15. Seals in the gun. Throws left. End zone. Touchdown. R.J. Atkinson hauls it in the corner as he gets both feet inbounds. And Imhotep with a 4-score lead. The Panthers piling it on here in the second quarter. LeSmith with his second touchdown pass of the game. This one was a beauty. 2-step drop, floated it up, and a perfect dot to R.J. Atkinson in the corner. The 6'3" junior went up and hauled it in, and the Panthers will try for the extra point here. And instead of kicking it, they'll leave the offense on the field and go for 2. As Imhotep's had problems trying to kick here. LeSmith comes out with Robinson at the halfback spot. Whittington at the fullback. It's a handoff to Robinson. He runs right. And he's in. 2 more points for Imhotep as the Panthers take a 29-0 advantage here in the second quarter. So Imhotep with 4 touchdowns here in the first half, 2 on the ground, 2 through the air. And the Panthers playing like the best team in their division right now. And it's going to be interesting later in the year when they meet up with Northeast, 2 solid, talented squads. That's a game to look forward to here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Meanwhile, for Martin Luther King, they're searching for an answer on the sideline. Their offense is yet to pick up a first down. This is a tall order for the Cougars going up against a really, really talented and deep Panthers roster. Wiley to send it deep for Imhotep. And it's fielded off a hop by Rogers. Rogers tackled at his own 25. And this will be the 4th offensive drive of the night for Martin Luther King. Still looking for a first down.
We're still good. Just make sure we alert if we get that gun pro invert. We know what we're looking at.
So Martin Luther King High School trying to get something going here in the second quarter. It's been all Imhotep for the first 18 minutes or so of the game. Kitchens in the shotgun with Staley behind him. 2 receivers to his left. Staley on first down. Met at the line of scrimmage. And no running holes so far in the game for Martin Luther King. No gain on that play. This will be a 2nd and 10. And this Imhotep defense led by so many talented players, including St. McLeod, Javon McIntyre. Don't forget Talik Robbins, the Ole Miss commit, playing up front at the defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 10. Fake handoff. Kitchens with a man wide open, but the pass is dropped. Kamani O'Reilly was open in the flat. All he had to do was secure it and then turn upfield, but he couldn't hang on. And this will be a 3rd and 10 for the Cougars.
We're 10 personnel.
Martin Luther King 0 for 3 so far on 3rd down conversions. This one from 10 yards out. 3 receivers to the right of Kitchens. Kitchens hit as he tries to throw a ball, is out for a fumble, picked up by Wiley, and he's into the end zone. Keon Wiley sacks Kitchens, jars the ball loose, gets up, picks the ball up, and runs into the end zone to put Imhotep ahead by 35. That is one of the more athletic plays you will ever see. That's all Wiley. Nobody else on the play. He gets the sack, give him the fumble, give him the touchdown. A one-man show. Keon Wiley, the junior, and he's got a bunch of offers. You could get a hint as to why on that play. We'll see if that play ends up somewhere on a highlight reel later tonight, as the extra point is up and good, and Imhotep leads Martin Luther King 36-0. And this one is getting out of hand fast here at Germantown Super Site. A little under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Imhotep ahead by 5 touchdowns. And Martin Luther King still looking for their first down of the game.
They can't score in the first half.
Wiley will send the ball deep here for Imhotep. Back deep to return the kick are Samaj Buxton and Isaiah Rogers. And the sun has almost completely faded here in Philadelphia as we are under the lights at the Germantown Super Site. Such a nice facility located here. Turf field, beautiful home for the Panthers. Line drive kick, and it's hauled in by Buxton. Buxton, right sideline, and he scampers out of play on a solid return, marked out at the 37. And here come the Cougars for their 5th drive tonight. Let's see if Martin Luther King has an answer for this TEP defense. Give Martin Luther King an extra yard. The ball on the 38. On their last drive, the Cougars turned the ball over as Keon Wiley sacked Lemire Kitchens on a 3rd and 10. The ball came out for a fumble. Wiley picked it up and ran into the end zone. And it looks like a new quarterback here for Martin Luther King. Ballard under center. And it's a fumble on the handoff. Ball's out. Who's got it? And this will stay with Martin Luther King.
That's Wildcat right there.
So the Cougars went with a Wildcat formation. But it ends in a loss of yards, and now players headed towards the locker room for Imhotep. Trying to figure out what's going on the field here. And not sure if that's the halftime or not, as we're having difficulties with the scoreboard here. And it looks like we're at the half, so we'll take a break. Imhotep way ahead of Martin Luther King, 36-0. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on the Sports Fanbase Network.
Yes, sir, Steve.
Welcome back into Germantown Supersite as we're just about ready for second half action. Imhotep leads Martin Luther King by the score of 36-0 here at the beginning of the third quarter. And in high school, in the PIAA, if a team leads by 35 or more points, it's a running clock in the second half, barring timeouts. Imhotep dominant in the first half of action as they didn't give up a first down to the Cougars. 2 touchdown passes by Timothy LeSmith, and he also ran one in. Cameron Jackson had a rushing touchdown, and Keon Wiley sacked Lemire Kitchens, picked up the fumble, and ran it into the end zone for the 5th touchdown of the half by the Panthers. So Imhotep in complete control in the first 24 minutes of the game. And the Panthers will send it away left to right on your screen, dressed in their home black jerseys with white pants and black helmets. Martin Luther King will receive going right to left, dressed in their road white jerseys with purple pants and yellow helmets. Wiley will send it downfield for the Panthers. Rogers is back deep to return. Line drive, and it's scooped up by Buxton. Buxton up the far right sideline, and he's taken down at his own 36. Tackle made by Rashawn Wright, the 5'9 junior. So a nice gain by Samaj Buxton on the return. And this Martin Luther King drive will start on their own 37. Cougars still looking for their first down of the night. And we'll see how they come out on offense. Clock moving, running clock here in the second half as long as the lead stays at 35 or more points for Imhotep. And it looks like it'll be a wildcat formation to start here with Ballard lined up in shotgun. Ballard takes the snap, fakes a handoff, runs right, has a hole, but it closes quickly as he's taken down by a couple of black jerseys, including Tyrone Sturgis. So a short gain on the play, give Ballard 2 yards. This will be a 2nd down and 8 for Martin Luther King. The lights are on here at Germantown Supersite as it's a couple minutes past 8 o'clock. Kickoff was at 7. A nice night, but it's very cold tonight. We've gotten accustomed to the 60-degree days the last week or so here in Philadelphia, here in the Northeast. Feels like winter again as a high snap to Ballard. He hands it off, and this will be a solid gain on 2nd down as the ball carrier taken down at the Martin Luther King 45, about 2 yards shy of a first down. So 3rd down and 2 as the Cougars have to get to their own 47 to pick up the first down. 2 minutes already off the clock here in the third quarter. Staley in the backfield with Ballard. Moody spread out to the left side of the line. Ballard fakes a handoff, runs right, and is stood up at the line of scrimmage. So Imhotep holds yet again on 3rd down. Martin Luther King High School 0 for 6 on 3rd down conversions. And we'll see if they leave the offense on the field here near midfield. Looks like they'll send the punting unit out onto the turf. So Imhotep's return team out onto the field. Deshaun Seals back to return the kick. And Seals will be heading to Westchester in the fall to play for the Golden Rams. High snap. The kick is sent downfield by Reed. Short kick out of bounds into the Martin Luther King bench. So Imhotep will have great field position to start the half. As the ball marked out at the Panthers 45. And remember, the clock moving right now. It's a running clock in the second half because Imhotep has a lead of 35 or more points. They currently lead the Cougars 36-zip. Timothy LeSmith leads the offense onto the field for their first drive of the second half. In the first half, they scored all 4 times they touched the ball. LeSmith will be under center in the gun, actually, with Robinson on his left. Man in motion in the backfield, that's Whittington. Fake handoff, LeSmith. Over the middle, incomplete. The ball went in and out of the hands of Terrence Adams, a Division I caliber receiver who was hit on the play by Andre Staley. LeSmith had him up the seam there, but the throw got there a little bit late, and it gave time to Staley. He was able to run in and deflect the ball, make contact with Adams on the catch. That brings up 2nd down and 10.
I seen that too. We should have waited later.
That's why we said touchdown before.
Happy to have you with us here on the Sports Fan Base Network as Imhotep leads Martin Luther King 36-zip. Here's a big run, huge hole. McLeod still going and finally taken down deep into Martin Luther King territory. But not before a huge pickup on 2nd and 10. And now a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball on the Martin Luther King 22. That was a 33-yard scamper for Stanley Trey McLeod. And he takes another handoff right. Goes through the hole and is taken down for a healthy gain. Trey McLeod, the freshman, getting involved here in the second half. Give him 4 more yards on the ground. A timeout on the field here as both teams head to the sideline, and we'll take a break. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back into Germantown Super Site. 1st and 10 for Imhotep. This is a 2nd down. A play action pass to the end zone. Incomplete. LeSmith had his man open in the corner. It was McAdams, but he couldn't hit him. And that's a pass that LeSmith wants back. That was a play action on 2nd down and 5, so 3rd and 5 coming up. A well-designed play. But the Panthers unable to convert. Clock continues to run despite the incompletion because of the mercy rule here in the second half. So on 3rd and 5, Imhotep comes out with Shaheem Williams-Rockymore in the backfield alongside LeSmith. Right in motion to the right slot. Handoff to Rockymore. He goes right and is hit at the line, stays on his feet, backs down to pick up extra yardage, and that looks like he's got the first down. A hustle play by Rockymore. Shaheem Williams-Rockymore able to move the chains for Imhotep. Just backed down his defender, stayed on his feet, and worked for the first down. And that's why you hit the weight room for a play like that. 1st and 10 for the Panthers here. LeSmith with time. Rolls right, ball comes out. Williams-Rockymore picks it up to avoid the turnover, but it's going to be an 8-yard loss for the Panthers. So it was a 1st and goal from the 10, but the fumble by LeSmith goes for an 8-yard loss. Fortunate to have Williams-Rockymore fall on it. So the Panthers face a 2nd and goal from the 18 here. Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. And a look ahead at the schedule for Imhotep is next week they'll take on West Catholic. Then they'll take on Olney, on April 17th, and they'll finish the year April 23rd against Northeast. As this pass to the end zone, incomplete. It was a fade route for Mackay Mayo, but LeSmith threw the ball short of the pylon. So it'll be 3rd and goal now for the Panthers. Potential 4-down scenario here as Imhotep doesn't have the most confidence in its kicking team. We already saw them try an extra point, a 2-point conversion rather than an extra point early in this game. So let's see what they do on 3rd and goal as LeSmith leads them out of the huddle. Timothy LeSmith under center. Trey McLeod in the backfield. Fake handoff. LeSmith. End zone. Incomplete. Intended for Kristen McAdams at the back of the end zone, but the pass sailed out of play. And it looks for now as if Imhotep will leave the offense on the field. This a 4th and goal from the 18. It's a fast-moving second half because of the running clock. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. This the first possession of the half for the Panthers. So LeSmith comes out with 2 receivers on each side of the line. Robinson, the man in the backfield. LeSmith with plenty of time, slings to the end zone, touchdown! Deshaun Seals in the middle of the end zone. And Imhotep with another touchdown strike. The Panthers take a 42-zip lead here in the third, and will have the extra point try. Imhotep continues to pile it on. A nice day for Timothy LeSmith, who's got 4 total touchdowns, 3 on passes through the air. And here is Davis to try the extra point. 1 for 3 in the game. He missed one clean and had another blocked. Davis sends it off target, no good. And that was wide right of the post. So the score remains 42-0 in favor of Imhotep with about a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. The Panthers will send the ball away left to right on your screen, and then we'll have a running clock yet again. Clock only stops for scoring and timeouts in the half. That assuming that Martin Luther King High School is unable to get back within 34 points.
That's the end of the fourth quarter.
And I believe the officials are saying that we've actually reached the end of the third quarter. So we're going to take a break. Fourth quarter action coming up. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on the Sports Fanbase Network. Imhotep will kick off to begin the fourth quarter as the Panthers lead the Cougars 42-0 here on the Sports Fanbase Network. As the kick by Wiley dribbles out of play, and this will be a penalty. Running clock here in the fourth. And we're having some difficulties with the clock. We apologize. But a running clock throughout the fourth, barring timeouts or scoring. Martin Luther King still looking for their first down of the game. And we'll see if they can get it here on this drive. They will begin with the ball on their own 35. Ballard will come out under center. And it looks like the Cougars have just 10 players on the field. Not sure if they're aware of that. 10 players on the field for Martin Luther King. They realize it late as a blitz comes in. This pass is incomplete from Ballard, intended for Rogers. And from the sideline, Yedidia Ward-Jackson was trying to sprint on to line up at the receiver spot, but he was too late. So the long night continues for Martin Luther King. And the Cougars, they were shut out against Northeast 2 weeks ago, shut out last week against Bartram. So it's been a long 11-plus quarters now for Martin Luther King High School. As they gather in the huddle on 2nd and 10. Zaid Williams onto the field now. Williams, a 5'10 junior tight end. He lines up at the fullback spot. Staley in the backfield behind Ballard. And movement up front as a defensive end for Imhotep, defensive tackle, went early. And that's going to be an encroachment penalty. So a 5-yard penalty on Imhotep. 2nd and 5 now for Martin Luther King. Hand off to Staley. He bounces out left and has the first down. So the Cougars finally able to move the chains here in the fourth quarter. And they keep the drive alive as they will have 1st and 10 on their own 46.
They know Tep, they know Mike Plug, they know Double Cat. Yeah, so Tep, Double Cat, and Mike Plug lead.
On 1st and 10, Ballard leads Martin Luther King to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to his right. In no hurry here is Ballard. He rolls out right, and he's going to sprint. Now he throws his pass complete to Rogers. Rogers across the 30, nearly broke a tackle, and is brought down at the 25. Rolando Hall Jr. prevents the touchdown, as he was the only man Rogers had to worry about. Otherwise, it was nothing but open turf in front of him. But that's the biggest play for Martin Luther King so far today, as they pick up 29 yards on the completion from Ballard to Rogers and are in Imhotep territory for the first time tonight. Ballard in the gun, 2 receivers to his left, Rogers in the slot left. Staley, the lone man in the backfield with him. Ballard rolls left, has time, looks to run, he does, in space. And he's forced out of bounds, but picks up a first down. So it took them 4 quarters to get their first down. But Martin Luther King with first downs on 3 consecutive plays here in the fourth. And they are threatening as they have the ball on the Imhotep 14. And it's 1st and 10 with a timeout taken. Imhotep ahead 42-0. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on the Sports Fanbase Network. Out of an Imhotep timeout. It's 1st and 10 for Martin Luther King. Ball on the Panthers 14. Karan Ballard in the gun, and he has played well for the Cougars on this drive. On 1st down, Ballard scampers right. And he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage, wrapped up in the open field by St. McLeod. St. McLeod came up from the free safety spot to make the hit at the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 1 on 1st down for the Cougars. Around 7 minutes to go here in the fourth unofficially. As Martin Luther King trying to get points on the board here. Imhotep with the first team defense back out on the field. Ballard comes to the huddle now after getting the play from the sideline. It's a shotgun set with trips to the right. Second down and 11. And now a whistle here. And this is going to be a delay of game on Martin Luther King. So a loss of 5. And it looks like a timeout on the field. So Martin Luther King takes the timeout. We'll take a break. Imhotep ahead 42-0. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on SFBN. Out of a timeout, Martin Luther King with the ball, facing a second down and 16. Chris Markowitz here for the Sports Fan Base Network. Imhotep ahead 42-0. The clock running here and around 4 minutes to go, so it's an unofficial clock right now on our graphic. As motion at the top of your screen, this is going to be a false start. Receiver went early for Martin Luther King. Nassim Moody was in action early against Rashawn Wright. So 5 more negative yards for Martin Luther King. And this will be a 2nd and 21. Looked for a moment like a very promising drive for the Cougars, but 3 consecutive negative plays here. Ballard in the gun. Has time, rolls left, and is taken down. Ball comes out, but the officials whistle the play dead. And now a flag flies from the sideline. We'll see what the penalty's for.
On the sideline.
And this looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call from the sideline. And it is a sideline warning, so no penalty, but a warning issued to the Imhotep bench. So players were on the field. This will be a 3rd down and country mile. About 30 yards to go for Martin Luther King. Ball is on the Imhotep 35. And they've got to get to the 4. So make it 31.
Not at all.
Ballard in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Staley in the backfield. Imhotep shows blitz. Ballard steps up in the pocket and is taken down for a sack. Keon Wiley with his 2nd sack of the night. And this will be a 4th down and forever for Martin Luther King if they choose to go for it. As the officials blow the clock dead here, timeout taken by Imhotep as the Panthers lead 42-0 in the closing minutes here in regulation. We'll take one more break. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on the Sports Fan Base Network. 4th down and forever for Martin Luther King out of a timeout. They need to get to the Imhotep 4 as a penalty flag flies before the play is off. And this is going to be on the defense. So a little bit of help here for the Cougars. As they get 5 yards on the penalty, the ball spotted on the Imhotep 33. So this a 3rd and 29. 4th and 29, excuse me, as we saw 3rd down before we went to a timeout. We're in what should be the final minute here in the 4th. Running clock throughout this second half with Imhotep ahead by 42 points. Ballard in the shotgun for what could be the final play of the night for the Cougars offense. He slings a deep ball, far sideline, it falls incomplete. The Cougars want a penalty, and they get it. A penalty flag flies late in the area of pass interference. And so that'll be a 15-yard penalty, but the biggest factor there is that it's an automatic first down, and it will keep the Cougars' drive alive. So the pass interference play keeps Martin Luther King alive offensively. And so it's a 1st and 10 now. Oh, excuse me. It stays as a 4th down, so it's just a 15-yard penalty. No automatic first down, the officials say. Still with the 4th down marked. And now a timeout taken by Martin Luther King with around a minute to play. We'll take one more break. You're watching Imhotep Spring Football on SFBN. Tail end of the 4th quarter. Martin Luther King facing a 4th and 16 after a 15-yard pass interference play. And Ballard is thrown to the ground almost immediately. Sacked on the play by Wiley, his 3rd sack of the night. And it's a turnover on downs as the Panthers come out onto the field and can just take time off the clock here. A monster tackle by Wiley. Big game for Wiley. 3 sacks, a fumble forced, a fumble recovery on the exact same play, and he ran the fumble recovery into the end zone for a touchdown. As we're not exactly sure what the clock is at right now. We're somewhere near the final minute of the 4th. Backup quarterback in under center for Imhotep. It's Davis. He hands the ball off up the middle for a short pickup. So here, Bridges with the carry. So the second team offense on the field now for Imhotep. Just trying to run some plays here at the tail end of the game. Another handoff that goes for no gain as Bridges is thrown to the turf. Next up on the schedule for Imhotep is West Catholic. They play them on April 10th. And then they take on Olney, on April 17th and finish the season against Northeast on the 23rd. Handoff on third down right. Nice hole for Bridges as he gets a couple yards on third down. And whistles here. And it looks like that is going to do it for us here tonight as the Imhotep Panthers defeat the Martin Luther King Cougars 42-0 in their spring season opener. And a nice scene there, Gatorade being poured on the coaches just to celebrate. It's been so long since Imhotep's had a football game, so a fun way to celebrate a victory early in this 2021 campaign.
First career win. They're paying coach. First career win.
Oh, that's his first career win.
First career win for Devin Johnson, so that's why he gets the Gatorade dumped on him. A fun celebration here, and he picked the wrong night, though, to have it dumped on him. This is the coldest night of the week, but he doesn't care. Imhotep with a 42-zip win, and they'll be riding high into their next game against West Catholic. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on the Sports Fanbase Network. For our crew here, my producer, Ari Bluestein, I'm Chris Markowitz saying so long and good night from the Germantown Super Site.